What patterns have you created? You see, you can't take the ingredients for a pizza, shove it in the oven, and expect a lasagna. You can't take the ingredients, the patterns for a mediocre life, and expect extraordinary. Right? Just like you can't take the ingredients or patterns for an extraordinary life and expect mediocre. Does that make sense? Here's an equation I want you guys to follow. Patterns develop habits. Habits develop perseverance. Put those three things together, you will always get the results you deserve. It works in every single thing in your life. Patterns develop habits. After 21 days of patterns, it becomes a habit. Once you form a habit, you now develop perseverance. So if you start going to the gym 21 days, all of a sudden you're like, I don't feel like going, well, I still go. Perseverance. You will ultimately always get the results you deserve based on that equation. Let's take a stupid example. How many of you bite your nails and will admit it openly? Wow, are you serious? What, did all the nail biters just get together in the middle row there? You have like Nail Biters Anonymous? You're not so anonymous anymore, are you? Because I just called you out, right? So you guys in this group over here, you're actually out of place if you don't bite your nails over here. So if you develop a pattern of biting your nails, after 21 days, what's going to happen? It's going to become a what? A habit. After it becomes a habit, you now develop perseverance. Perseverance means that even in socially unacceptable areas, you are still going to bite your nails. In socially unacceptable places, you are still going to bite your nails. And what's the ultimate result? Short nails, pain, bleeding nails, whatever it may be, because patterns don't lie. Does that make sense? Aristotle said, "We are what we repeatedly do. Excellence, therefore, is not an act, but a habit." It's an amazing quote when you think about it. Let's get into generational poverty. We're going to touch all areas. I came from single mother, the whole welfare, the, two brothers that didn't graduate high school, the whole thing, right? I came from that situation. I don't like to glorify that situation, but I like to say, hey, I came from there, whatever, right? And yet somehow, graduated high school early, scholarship to college, all the things you hear afterwards. Why? Why? Why does it happen? But you look at generational poverty. They did a study on this as well, and they found that kids from lower income housing or lower income families tend to show different patterns, different ways of doing things that do not lead to success. For example, very simple, when they go and visit the doctor, they don't feel the openness to ask the doctor questions. Sit there and do it, whatever. There's no sense of entitlement. Kids from upper family, upper price range, whatever you want to call it, affluent houses, they found that when they go to the doctor, they'll ask the doctor all day, what are you doing? Why are you doing that? There's a sense of entitlement. I don't want you to think of entitlement as a bad word. Entitlement's actually a good word if it's used correctly. And so they have a sense of entitlement. They go through their whole life patterns that make them feel this way. You are entitled to succeed. You are entitled to do better. Whereas you take someone from a lower income house, this is not in every single situation, but on a percentage basis, they feel like, well, I'm just supposed to be nothing. I'm either going to be a rapper or nothing. I'm either going to be working for the union over here doing this or nothing. Or I'm going to work over, and they have these kinds of patterns. And it adds up. You look at generational poverty, why does it become generational? Why does it happen? Is it an accident? That's the real question. Is it an accident? No. It's not. Thank you for that answer. Appreciate that. Because these things add up. I said I'm the why guy. Everything adds up for a reason. It's never a mistake. I love what Jerry Rice said. You guys know Jerry Rice? Probably the greatest wide receiver of all time. Some would argue greatest player of all time if he played a different position. But Jerry Rice said, and I love this, one of my favorite quotes, he said, "Today I will do what others won't, so tomorrow I can do what others can't." Today I will do what others won't, so tomorrow I will do what others can't. See, there's a problem with the follow the herd mentality. Where does the follow the herd mentality get you? Where the rest of the herd is going. So the question is, if we understand this, once we understand patterns, why do many of us not follow them? Why? I have this other theory. This is my theory. Everybody wants a bestseller. Nobody wants to write the book.